Stadium in Starkville, Mississippi. It's the Auburn Tigers and the Mississippi State Bulldogs. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Let's go down to our sideline reporter, Holly Rose.
Hey guys, a fun storyline to keep your eyes on here today is, can their wide receiver go over 1,000 yards? It's hard to believe, but it has not happened here at Auburn since 1999 when Ronnie Daniels got it done. Kind of a fun fact, the last guy that got close was Darvin Adams, who had 997 yards in 2009. But we're going to try to see if they can make a little history today. The coaches said it's in the script. We'll see if we can get it done. Of course, it's more important to win the game, but they are very aware that they can make a little history for their wide receiver today, and they want to get that done. Back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. Taylor wants to throw it. They're all over him. Gets down, and like they say, touchdown, first down, or get down, and he got 2 of those on that one.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats, but when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
Hit and stopped right there. Not much on that pickup.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little gain because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long, so they'll keep running it ad nauseum and just wait for that one opportunity when you don't do your assignment.
Back to pass on second down. Throws for the tight end. Pulls it in. It's caught. And a big gain there. He's knocked down immediately at the 45. Mississippi State to the line with a fresh set of downs. Each brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. Long way to go on second down. Wasting no time slinging it around. Grabbed in the middle. It's Evans. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31.
You run the slant route day one, and this is something that the quarterback and the wide receiver has done 100 million times out there on the field in the offseason. I see man-to-man coverage. I know I can run the slant. Boom, stick my foot in the ground, throw it, completion to my wide receiver.
He's got enough. Finally run out of bounds inside the 20-yard line. They'll mark it at the 18. The Bulldogs pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. They'll throw it from the red zone. Makes the grab. Could not make his way to the corner. Just barely picked up a yard with that last completion. It's 2nd and 9. Taylor wants to throw. Lets it go to the end zone. Incomplete. He was looking for the score there.
Well, on the opening drive of the game, establishing a rhythm and a cadence offensively is really, really important. They've done some good things on this first drive to put them in this situation. Obviously, you just threw an incompletion on second down. Likely going to throw it again here right now. Quarterback has just got to settle in. Timing is important. Get rid of the ball on time. Trust your read and execute this passing play if you're throwing.
This offense has moved into plus territory, and they want to keep the heat on. They'll go for it on 4th down. Snapped it, and he has to have it. Caught! And he will score! Touchdown, Bulldogs! Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the PAT makes it 7-0. So that was a 10-play, 75-yard drive. And they finish it off by connecting from 10 yards out. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Tigers' offense will now get its first chance with the football. The matchup we'll be watching in this one really takes you back. Big-time running back going right into the face of a tackling machine at linebacker, David.
Yeah, and we're going to see this individual battle a lot. Not just in pass coverage when they match up, but just meeting in holes. And who's going to win when they go head-to-head? That will be a big factor in who wins this football game. But, Jesse, one-on-one, this is going to be a show.
This is going to be an incredible matchup that's going to go on until there's zeros up on the clock. Both of these guys have circled this game on the calendar because they knew who they were going to be facing. And two guys we know are going to play at the next level. But I think this is probably one of the better individual matchups we're going to see all season long.
The Tigers come to the line in the hurry-up.
And you're seeing the offense now mix up the tempos. After a successful run, they're now going hurry-up.
Rides to the bat. He was looking for some place to put his foot in the ground, but the defense was everywhere, and he's knocked down behind the line. Brown will throw it. Perfect timing on the hit to keep him from making the grab, and the defense forces a fourth down. Auburn sends out the punting unit. He'll try to really get into this one. Trying to make one miss. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Man, oh man, did that coverage team have its hands full. Well, not full because they didn't get a hand on him for quite a while. Great return there. Here comes the Bulldog offense out to start the drive. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead.
And it's not sexy, and it's not these long plays all the time. But this QB does such a good job of picking up 4 to 5 and making it where you're always ahead of the sticks and just letting you know, we'll run it. We'll take advantage of this guy's speed, and we're going to make you defend him throughout this football game.
Out wide right, it's Evans. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
As a head coach, you love it when your quarterback is locked in early. Opening drive, throws a touchdown pass. Really nice throw on that last play. Here in the second drive, he's firing on all cylinders.
Intercepted, and now he's up to 14. Didn't get a ton on the return, but they've got it inside the 20 at the 19-yard line. Running inside, it's Cobb. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage, he'll lose a yard. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play because here's the offense right up.
Caught, and he's got room. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35. Last completion moves the sticks in, and let's see if they try it again.
And you've really seen the evolutions of tight ends, man. These guys are no longer just big bodies that block like the extension of the offensive line. They're more like receivers, and I love when the quarterback gets it out of his hands, and then you just watch. They can make plays. They can run people over. They can now run around people. Like, so nice to have these tight ends.
If you're going to complete these in-breaking routes over the middle of the field, it's really important as a quarterback you don't stare the guy down and tip off where you're throwing the football. He's trying to freeze the safeties in this defense and then throws it on time. Accurate throw, nice pitch and catch.
Yeah, a nice job by the defense understanding who their go-to guy is. That's the guy they want to feature. That's the guy they want to feed with good reason. He's a great player, but a great job by the defense taking away that primary read, making sure they don't make a big play.
He'll move it ahead, and a good productive play on the ground. Brown wants to pass. Left side is Singleton. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one. Auburn to the line in a hurry. Fires to the big fella. That'll be enough for the first down, and now they've got it at the 15-yard line.
That is so deflating on defense, too, because in your own red zone, third down, you need to make a stop. You know they're going to throw to the weapon at tight end, but it's one thing to draw it up on the blackboard. It's another thing to go execute and prevent that guy from catching it.
And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Second down, gonna throw it. Out wide left, it's Johnson. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. As we head to the quarter break, Mississippi State has the lead. As we get a look at the numbers so far. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. So they go back to work after the break, and it is third down. Pulls and fired complete. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. Now on fourth down, they'll send out the field goal unit. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. Absolutely perfect. That'll bring him to within 4.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Bulldogs offense is on the field and ready to get this drive cranked up. They've seen the good and the bad already. A touchdown on the opening drive, a pick on the second one, and now to try to get things back on track. They'll start on the ground with Fluff Bothwell. That keeps the running game churning. Pick up a 5 to the 23.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. Third and long coming up. Left side, it's Johnson. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. Solid punt, headed toward the sideline, trying to make it tough to return. So here comes the Auburn offense. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
And the Tigers headed quickly to the line.
And the offense has a little bit of success, and what do? They push that turbo button right back on the line, ready to run another play.
Spins away from the defender. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
And that's why, if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Brown will throw it. Fires to the wideout. Out wide left, it's Singleton. Perfectly thrown ball. Nice catch. Good tackle, but it's first and goal from the 5. They'll run it with Bryson Washington. Stopped right there. Can the defense stop them again on second and goal? Corner's right up on that line of scrimmage. He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick his way to the end zone. He just kept those big, powerful thighs churning, but he'll be knocked down at the 1. 3rd and goal, and let's see if they can even operate in this noise. Trying to pound their way in. And he breaks the play. Touchdown, Auburn. They'll try to add another to their lead.
3rd and goal, you're going to turn around and just give it to this guy who just has a nose for the end zone. He's able to find the crease and pay it off for his offense.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. They'll open this drive, hoping to move it down the field. A touchdown would give them the lead. They'll start on the ground with Fluff Bothwell. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. He's got him in the flat. He'll be forced out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 44-yard line, and this offense has it going.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
Fires to the tight end. Crosses the 35. Out of bounds there. Nice pickup on the play. Spotted at the 32. Mississippi State comes out after picking up the 1st down. He's going to change things up against this defensive look. Handoff, Fluff Bothwell. At the 20, he's got space. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Bulldog!
Well, on that run, he shows you why he's so dynamic. He's got all the tools in the toolbox to hit the home run, David, and they're going to stay patient with him. They know they're not going to score a touchdown every single time they give it to him, but he is that guy that can break the game wide open for this offense. Expect more from him.
Yeah, and then once you start giving it to him, you create that balance on offense. Then you can play action and suck those linebackers up. So it's only going to help this offense make it more two-dimensional as opposed to one. Get the running game going, and then it opens up the pass.
Quick give. It's Cobb. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. The Tigers want to pick up the tempo.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Off the bootleg, wants to throw it. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23. The Bulldogs using their 1st timeout. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the 1st half. Brown wants to pass. Left side is Singleton. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the 1st down. Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Not a lot of room to field this one. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. Plenty of time to work. Not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Snap on 1st down, wants to throw. A strike downfield. Just gashing this defense. A big gainer to the 40-yard line. And the Bulldogs come to the line on the heels of that big pass play. A run for the quarterback. Breaks into the open. Found a little crease and turned that into a productive run.
If I'm building an offense in today's football, it's not around a quarterback that can't run. I'm going to find an athlete that I can give the ball because defensively, it starts to limit your coverages. It starts to limit what I can do. It makes me play the quarterback every single play. Just makes your job as a defensive coordinator extremely hard.
Oh, it goes right through his hands, and he will think about that one for a while. It'll be 3rd down.
Man, that's one you expect him to make in his sleep, right? He's one of the better receivers in the entire country. He just dropped that one over the middle of the field.
3rd and short here from the 35. Might take a shot here if this is 4-down territory. Changing the routes with his receivers. From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on 3rd down. Out wide left, it's Cotton. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a 1st down.
And had they not picked up that 1st down, it would have been decision time for the head coach, right? You're kind of in no man's land on the fridge. Are you trying a long field goal? Are you going for it on 4th down? But because of the execution there and the nice throw, let's keep this drive going. Let's see if we can get 6.
And he put his foot in the ground and turned it upfield and turned it into a big play. Great decision to keep it. Now on 1st and goal, let's see what Mississippi State does. Got his man on the outside. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And how big is that for this offense? Put a nice drive together, get the touchdown, add to this lead already. Everything right now, Palmer, going their way.
Yeah, that was as good a 2-minute type situation as you could have offensively. And, David, they've got so many weapons on this offense. They practice these situations all the time, and they put it to work here at the end of the 1st half.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Brown will throw it. Unloads to the wideout. Holds on, it's Kane. The Tigers will call a timeout. That's their 1st. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Drops back on 1st down. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. He's down to the 38-yard line, and they can stop the clock. Auburn calls its 2nd of 3 timeouts. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this 1st half. Fresh set of downs going up top. Lost 1 deep down the right side. Throws into double coverage, and it's picked off. And they'll get him down after a solid return. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Pulled and finds his man on the left. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. We played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, thanks. Welcome into the Week 11 version of the EA Sports College Football Update Show as we inch closer to bowl season. We begin with a look at UTEP taking on the Wyoming Cowboys. And it's the Miners coming away with a blowout victory in what looks like a major upset. Expect major changes in the polls this week. And that now gets this group to 3 wins, which is nothing to write home about yet. But brick by brick, this staff is starting to build something. Here now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does. Inside Sunbelt. Now back to your game in Stark Vegas. This tight end is enjoying quite the day through 2 quarters. It's amazing how athletic tight ends are now and just how much they're utilized. He's played a starring role in giving them this halftime lead. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Davis-Wade Stadium.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. Mississippi State has it teed up, ready to go here in the 2nd half. And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. As we start the 2nd half, what do you have for us, Holly?
I caught up with Auburn's head coach coming out of the locker room. They have got to start dominating at the line of line of scrimmage. Here to start the third quarter, they have not been able to establish their run game. Being a one-dimensional team will not work on the road with this hostile crowd and this hostile environment. He said, we have got to start asserting ourselves up front and show that we can be the more physical team. I'll keep you posted on if they're able to do that here.
Unloads it downfield. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
And this is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
Punt is on its way. Making his first move. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. Mississippi State comes out on offense to start the drive. Off play action on first down. Still looking to his right. He'll try to do it himself. Not a lot of room there. He'll pick up a few before he's forced out of bounds.
And that's a really good job by this defense, because remember, when the quarterback runs, now you got an extra blocker, because he's not just handing it off and standing there, and they still did a good job at the point of attack, kind of strung it along and made him run out of bounds.
Knocked down immediately.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like, that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television, and so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
Here comes the heat. Got him downfield. Gets the ball right to the 50-yard line, and that'll be enough for a first down.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one.
Well, obviously a really nice play by the defense there, stopping the option, but I think that's on the quarterback because it looked like his pitch option was wide open. That ball should have gone to the running back out on the perimeter. It looked like he had some open field in front of him to go make something positive happen. This quarterback's got to make better decisions. It's not just the passing game. It's in the run game with the option, too.
They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. Mississippi State has this drive hitting on all cylinders. Play action on first down. Throws to the tight end. Left side is Cotton. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's first and goal from the 8. Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. Taylor wants to throw it. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
I think defenses sometimes get frustrated and you want to get blitz happy, and because you give up yards. In this day and age, you're going to give up yards. Who cares? This is the area you got to bow up. Nice job on first down, stopping them. A couple more downs here to stay aggressive.
Second down to the air. Looking for the goal line. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch. Finding it tough to make positive yardage. Now third and goal from the 2. Wide receiver going in motion. He'll be stopped right there. They threw it short of the goal line, and now they've got some ground to cover on fourth down.
Well, I love the idea by the offense here on third down close to the goal line, trying to get one of their best playmakers in space with the push pass. But I love the defense, understanding where the ball is, great eye discipline. They rally to it, and they get the TFL now setting up fourth down.
They'll go to the air. Incomplete, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
Love the coverage on defense there. Fourth down, they're ready for the pass. And you saw in the back end, great job being in position to make that play. And now their offense is coming on the field.
They'll start on the ground with Washington. Just smothered on the play. The Tigers will hustle to the line.
Hey, coming out in the second half, this offense, they needed to establish this run game. They needed to get something going. They're losing. They've got to find a way to get a flow, to get a rhythm. And so far here to start this second half, defense picking up where it left off.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Wide open downfield. That kind of play will get a drive started or help your field position. They've got it at the 27.
Love the play call. I love being aggressive there in the first play of the drive, backed up on your own end. There's a lot of coordinators that would just try to run the ball, get some more room, get into a rhythm, but they're taking a shot right away, find some real estate. Receiver, QB on the same page. That's looking really nice if you're on offense.
And, man, I want to see more of that. Like, I want to see more of this offense being aggressive, taking shots on early downs. It doesn't have to be run, pass. Like, being a little bit more diverse. They've struggled today to find big plays. That's a big one there.
Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him out at the 40. Here comes Auburn to the line on 1st and 10.
It has not been a banner performance so far by this offense. Here in the second half, they need more plays like that. That's a good sign, but you got to be able to put those plays back to back now. Really nice job early in the drive, coming up with a big one in your own end. But now you've got to be able to string some of those along now and score some more points.
On the move and looking deep. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. If you didn't have a headache before, you've got one on the way. The cowbell's ringing on this 3rd down in Starkville. Brown wants to pass. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Another incompletion on 3rd down. And they'll pat the kicker on the tail and tell him to go give it a shot. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. And it's no good after the missed field goal, still down by 11.
And sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man, just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Got 6 on 1st down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Off play action. He lofts one down the sideline. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion, because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up? See if they can maybe confuse this QB.
Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary, and you saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Blasted as he lets it go. Got there right as the ball did. Jarred it loose. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
They'll have to push the ball down the field here on 3rd and long. He's changing the play. Taylor wants to throw. Fires to the wideout. Lets it slip right through his hands, and it'll be 4th down after the rare drop from this dude. Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Not a lot of room to make this catch. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. They'll start this drive at the 33-yard line. Fresh center downs going to the air. And the defense, they've got him at the 27.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
Get him on the ground after a 4-yard run out to the 31. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody, based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. Now just about ready to snap it to start the fourth. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up this third down play. He wants to throw it. Bought a little time, lets it go. Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll be fourth down. Auburn sends out the punting unit. On his way back from the 20. Makes a move. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. So working with a lead here, they'd like to put together a long, time-consuming drive and put this thing away. Looking left. Got a man. It's Evans. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37.
Defense just hasn't had an answer for this guy. He has been on point. This is about as good as I've seen him play at the quarterback position. And here in the fourth quarter with a big lead, he's still taking shots.
The Bulldogs peeled off a huge chunk of yardage through the air and now back to the line. Taylor wants to throw it. Looking to the big tight end. Nice play by the defense to jar that one loose.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's thrown to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
They'll need a bunch on second down. They'll send the back in motion. Quick give. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Fresh set of downs going up top. Fires to the tight end. Now the connection takes it to the 11. He's been so locked in, it seems like any pass called is a guaranteed chunk play.
Yeah, and winning late like this in the ball game, keep trusting him, keep spinning. You know why? Because stats matter late in the game. You want some postseason awards? Keep chucking it, keep getting those stats.
In situations like this, offensively, when you got the lead in the fourth quarter, when you got to run the ball, you go back to the runs that you have the most confidence in, that you can execute in your sleep, and they do it right there, ripping off 7 yards.
Motion from the wide receiver. On the move. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him.
Touchdown, Mississippi State. The sure hands in the end zone, and he has 6. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
And how about it? Everyone getting involved, getting the big tight end involved. This offense has done an unbelievable job scoring points. This defense has had no answers. Just keep it rolling, offense.
And the returner will be brought down. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. They went 3 and out the last time they had it, and trailing late, they've got to get to work here. Hits inside, it's Cobb. Found just enough running room. He picks up 4 to the 15. Auburn lines up quickly.
The offense has a little bit of success on the ground, and they're up. Look at them. They're ready to go again. Back on the line of scrimmage, ready to run another play.
He's going for the big play. Upstairs to make the catch. Finally corralled, but not before. He picked up the first down.
I'll tell you, you cannot count this team out because of who's playing quarterback. When this guy's in the game, it's never over. Yeah, they're trailing here in the fourth quarter, but this dude can put up points quickly.
Brown will throw it. Under pressure. Intercepted for the 11th time this season. He's loose on the right. Touchdown, Bulldogs! The defense putting points on the board. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance.
You really got to be impressed with the defense here. Late in the game, still firing off the ball and still making plays. What a great job, not just picking it off, but taking it all the way back to the house. That pads their lead, and that should do it. You think that should do it now to get the win.
Auburn's offense headed out to go on the attack. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two.
Oh, a lot of space. And they'll bring him down after the long completion and explosive pass play for this offense. They made the defense pay with that last big chunk of yardage. Now 1st and 10 from the 30. Straight ahead, it's Cobb. Give him a pickup of 2, now 2nd and 8.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
Jekyll and Hyde for this offense and for this quarterback, right? Pick 6 on the last drive. You saw on the sidelines, the coach is talking to him, really trying to pick his spirits up. I don't know what they said to him, but whatever it was, it worked because this drive is looking really good here by the offense, and what a beautiful throw there by the quarterback.
That one's sort of like a shooter in basketball, just needing to see one go through the net, isn't it, David? Just get a completion to your guy and pick up some yardage.
Build some confidence, because your confidence throwing the ball over the middle of the field and in tight windows, probably not at an all-time high, but check it down, make something positive happen. The running back does his job, so maybe this sparks a little something in the quarterback's head where he can feel a little bit more confident and bounce back from these early mistakes.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. Touchdown, Auburn! Fitted in the window for the score. Lining up for the PAT.
Tell you what, as a defensive back, as a defensive player, you know down here near the goal line, I got to get tight on my guys. I can't give away the easy stuff like that. Too easy near the goal line for that pitch and catch.
Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. And now one of the most satisfying moments in football, just watching that clock drain. Makes the catch, and he's free. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. 1st down for this offense. Quarterback signaling to his guy. Taylor wants to throw. Gets rid of it. It's complete on the right side. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down. Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. The play fake. Timed that hit perfectly to keep him from making the grab. It'll be 3rd down.
We know about this running back's versatility, and he's made some plays in this game so far, catching the ball. That time, though, he had no shot. Defender bearing down on him. They're able to get the hit and make sure it falls incomplete.
They'll snap it from the gun on 3rd down. Escapes the pressure going right. Snags it. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the 1st.
Yeah, and that's one of those where you just look at the coverage. You look at down the field, taking away all the options, making sure you don't throw that ball downfield to get the 1st down. The only option, check it to the running back. Now I close that space. Nice job tackling.
Looking to move the chains, Mississippi State lines up on 4th down. Snapped it, and he has to have it. Hit as he throws. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. And that decision will be questioned for a while. Wants to throw on first. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. Tells to run, wants to pass. He's got it on the move. Touchdown, Mississippi State. And the pummeling has started. The lead grows, and you can sense they know how important wins are this late here in Week 11.
And they just keep piling on the points. We've seen in big moments in this game, they have been able to step up and deliver, particularly on offense. Very impressive performance.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Brown wants to pass. Outside the pocket, lets it go. Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play. This offense has it with really good field position. Snap on 1st down, wants to throw. Can't hold on in the face of the contact.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try.
And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. They got the ball in great field position, and bam, bam, 2 plays and into the end zone. On the run from inside his own 5. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. From the gun, it's Cobb. Knocked down in the backfield, 2 yards behind the line. They get the W, and with that being win number 6, looks as if they're going bowling, guys.
And that's a good moment for this squad, right? You start every season, you have big goals. It usually starts with your conference championship and winning a national championship, maybe going to the playoffs. Everybody has different goals, but getting to a bowl is always sweet, and this team's eligible now.
I know the coaches are really happy about this, the AD and the fans, because they know what it means for the program, right? You're going to get those 15 extra practices at the end of the year to help develop young talent. Looking ahead to next season, but that's next season. There's still a lot of football left to go this year. Let's just see how good of a bowl game they can get to.
That's going to do it for us here. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.